Hi there friends and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Abdul Wahid. Today I'm here to tell you about these all courses that you can see on the screen. Web design video is my YouTube channel name, and you can see the list of courses. CSS3 complete course from scratch including projects, PHP MySQLi complete course. So we have all these courses inside my YouTube channel. So if you are interested in learning web designing or web development, so I'm just going to recommend you must subscribe this YouTube channel and start learning each course separately, just one by one. So these courses are just not a beginner course. So you can see CSS3 complete course from scratch including projects. Inside this course we are going to learn all the basic tools which you need to learn inside CSS3, and after that you are going to learn how you can work on CSS projects. So it is with very clear and nice explanation, so you can watch all the videos and you can learn CSS3 with this course, and this course will give you an intermediate level skill inside CSS3. So this is the first course in the list, and this is the first course in my YouTube channel, and you can see this the fresh YouTube channel with the 14 subscriber. Just 2 days before I have just created this YouTube channel, and you can see just 3 or 4 days before I have created this channel, and I have uploaded 4 or 20 videos here. Each day I'm going to upload 3 to 5 videos to this channel. So if you don't want to miss any videos from this channel, press the subscribe button and press the bell icon. You will see the right side here for receiving the notification for the new courses or for the new videos. So here you can see the list of courses. On number 2 we have a course on PHP and MySQLi complete course including projects. Inside this course you will learn about PHP plus MySQLi plus projects. So if you are interested in learning PHP and MySQLi, so this course is for you. Inside this PHP course you will learn how you can create projects inside PHP, like currency converter, online voting system, PHP pagination, user registration, a simple calculator, and you will learn how to create database inside MySQLi. So this is a complete course for PHP learner. So Bootstrap 4 complete course with 5 project is another course. If you are interested in learning Bootstrap, you want to create responsive beautiful layouts, so this course is for you. You will learn the basic tools and plus 5 different projects inside this course. JavaScript complete course for beginner plus project is another course which you can take the advantages of this course just from my YouTube channel. Then you have the jQuery course, the same. Blogger complete course, so we have HTML5. Friend, don't miss this course, HTML5 and CSS3 complete course for web designer. This is a very complete course. If you want to be a web designer, so this course is for you, because inside this course I have just we have discussed the very important lectures or tools that you need to use inside for creating beautiful websites or web applications. So PHP OOP is another course, object-oriented programming complete course for beginner. So if you are interested in learning PHP OOP, so after completing all this course, maybe I can create another course on Python, and I can create another course on ASP.NET. I will just continue creating courses and I will upload those courses inside my YouTube channel. So I am recording this video to tell you that don't miss these courses, because I'm creating this course for you, just to upload this inside my YouTube channel, and you can watch all the videos for free. Each day I'm just going to upload new videos to this channel, and you can see now I'm just busy with the CSS3. So each day I'm going to upload 5 videos for the CSS3. After completing CSS3 you can start uploading the PHP MySQLi course, then Bootstrap, JavaScript, then all of this. So I hope I can see you in my YouTube channel. You are going to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. So one more thing which is very important, you can find the link for my YouTube channel inside the description of this video. Just copy the link and simply paste here on your browser, and you can just find this YouTube channel. Maybe if you are going to search on YouTube, So let me just go to YouTube here, YouTube, and here if you are searching for right now, so the name of my channel is web design videos. So I'm just going to copy the name from here. Oops. We can just write here web design videos OS. So if we enter, so this will not come in search because this is a new YouTube channel. You can just scroll down like this. You can see, so you can see we have here web design videos. So you can just click here. So this is my YouTube channel. This the you can see the cover photo, and this the profile picture. So you can just click here or click here to access this YouTube channel, and you can see all the videos here. So click on the videos, you can find all the videos here. So we are going to end this video here. I hope you are going to like this, and I hope you are going to subscribe to this YouTube channel. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice time. Welcome back, dear friends. Inside this lecture we are going to discuss how we can download and install the core editor that we are going to use inside this course. So first of all, I'm just going to open Notepad. So there are just some core editors names, like for example, you can just say here is Sublime Text. This number 1. On number 2 we have VS Code. On number 3 we have something like Atom. On number 4 we have Notepad plus. On number 5 we have Bracket. So these are the 5 famous, or you can say popular core editor that we can work on them if you are working on HTML, on CSS, or any other programming languages, or any scripting languages, or markup language, no matter. If you are using Windows, so you can just use Sublime Text, you can just use Visual Code, you can use Atom. You can just use Atom to work on Mac or Windows, on both of them. So the same Notepad++ also, you can just use this for Mac or Windows. But inside this course we are going to use the 5th one. This is called Bracket, because we can just use this on Windows plus Mac, both of them. So this is the beauty of this this core editor. So now we are going to just download and install this core editor that is called Bracket. So very nice. Go to your core editor and simply type Bracket core editor and enter. So you can see this, the website brackets.io is the main website to download this core editor. Click on the link, and this is the latest version. Download Bracket 1.12. I think I have already downloaded this, but again I'm just going to click on this to just download this core editor. So you can see in the bottom left corner the download process is started, and the version of this is 1.12. I'm just going to cancel this because I have already downloaded this core editor. So go to just to the download folder. Inside download folder I have just Bracket 1.12 version. You can see it's here. So after the downloading you can just double click to install this core editor. So select the destination. By default it will select the C drive. Inside it will just create a folder by name of Bracket. So if you want to just change the location, you can click on this change button. So just click next, again install, and just the admin password, and yes. So it will just take a short time. So this is the way that you can download and install the Bracket coordinator on your Mac, on your Windows. So no matter which operating system you are using, this is the way of downloading and installing this coordinator. And updating components registration. So this is the installation process we all know, but let me tell you something very important about this course. Inside this course you will learn a CSS just like a professional. It means A to Z, everything you need to learn inside a CSS you can find inside this course. Because I will try my best to create this course the most and very complete course of CSS. So I will try to put everything that you need to learn inside CSS. I will try to put that inside this course. So this is just inside this video we will just learn how we can download and install. But from the next class we are going to start coding the CSS. We are going to start learning the CSS from the next class. So Bracket was successfully installed. Click finish to exit. So it means you have successfully downloaded and installed the Bracket coordinator. So that is wonderful, you can see. And after the right clicking you can see the option here, open as a Bracket project. So we are not going to open this, but we are going to create a new folder here on the desktop. This is called CSS3 project. Inside this we are going to save all the resources for this course. So now you can just press the Windows key and simply write Bracket and open this. And this is the coordinator that we have installed. So just press OK, no matter. So this is the default page that the Bracket they have just created, index.html. You can see it's here getting started. You can just see the preview here. You can see this icon here on the right top corner, and here is written a live preview. Just click on this to see the preview of this page. And you can see here is written getting started, the title, and here is another heading that they have given. They have just this the example that they have just created here. But from here you can see in the drop down here is written getting started. You can just click here to select your folder, open folder. We are going to on the desktop and we have a folder here, this called CSS project folder. So you can just select folder, CSS project folder. Now go to file menu and create a new file. Insert the basic structure of HTML, doc type HTML, and Ctrl+S to save, or just go to file menu and click to save, and this is the shortcut for this. And if you are using Mac you can use Command+S to save this inside the same folder by giving the name index.html for right now. So very easy, HTML tag start and close. Then we have the head tag. Inside the head tag we have the title tag, first web page is the title. Then we have the body tag, and you can just use Ctrl+S or Command+S to save. Now you can just see the preview from here. Click here or just go to the folder, and you can just double click to open this inside a browser. Now you can see here is written first web page. It means the title that you have inserted here, first web page. or you can say first project. Save and press F5, or you can just launch this again once again. Now this time we have here first web project that we have written here, first web project. So let me just write something in the body. Hi and welcome to my CSS course. It's just a welcome message for you all. You can just save this and press F5. So you can see here is written hi and welcome to my CSS course. It means that it is working perfectly. So this video is just going to be very lengthy. I'm going to end this video here, but you must download and install this core editor. This called Breakit core editor that I have already discussed about this. But if you already using any other core editor, so no matter, you can just use that core editor. But for coding purpose, you can just follow the same way that we are doing. So inside next class, we will come back and we will discuss about CSS syntax. Thank you. Have a nice time. Welcome back, dear friends, once again to this lecture. And inside this lecture, we are going to discuss about CSS syntax. Syntax, I'm just writing here, what is syntax? What is syntax? Let me put a question mark just here. Syntax is called the way of working with CSS, or the way of using CSS. So this is called syntax. Very easy. What is syntax? Syntax is called the way of working with CSS or the way of using CSS. What is CSS syntax? Let me just make it perfect. So this is just a short information for syntax. Let me just explain it better. Open your core editor, go to file menu and save as this file just as a separate file. I'm just going to save this as a separate file because I need to send all this for you. So if you don't want, so you can just work on the current file. Send text.html is the extension and save. So I'm just going to remove all this from here, and here also I'm just giving the title CSS syntax. Very easy. So if you remember heading, so we have a heading 2 here. I'm just writing here hi, this is an example. This is an example. You can just save this and see the live preview from here. You can just click on this icon on the top right corner to see the live preview here. You can see hi, this is an example. So now I want to just open the CSS style tag here, and I want to just select the heading 2 and these curly braces. I want to just change the color of this heading. For example, I want just a blue color for this one. Save, go to your browser and refresh, press F5 to refresh. Now you can see the heading 2 is with the blue color because we have assigned here heading 2 color must be blue. Now this heading 2 is a selector, so this is called a selector. I'm just going to write here inside just order list. I hope you just remember this all this. And we have just list item. First we have selector, so this heading 2 is called a selector that we have just selected inside CSS. This is a selector. Then we have a properties, then we have a value spelling value. So as I told, we have just selected the heading 2 inside this style tag. So this is called selector. The first step is selector. Then for selector, you need to assign a properties. So color is a properties here, and after the properties we are inserting colon. So this is the point to know the properties. And for the properties, we need to just insert value. So you can see blue is a value. If we just refresh this, first of all, you can just save this and refresh. We have selector, heading 2 is a selector, properties, then we have a color is called properties, then blue is a value that we have assigned for this heading 2. Let's just apply one more example. For example, background. I'm just applying background. Let me just give this yellow color. You can just save and refresh. Now this heading 2 have a yellow background color. Here background is a properties because after this we have a column, and yellow is a value. After the value we are just using semicolon. So I hope that you have learned what is syntax, and it is totally clear for you. The concept is clear about syntax. So I want to just make it just understand that when we are selecting any element from HTML to CSS, so this called selector that we have in the first step here and here also. This called selector, then you need to just give a properties for that selector, then you need to assign a value for that properties like that we have given here. Color for heading 2, we have just assigned a blue color. We have assigned a yellow background color for this. So background is a property, yellow is a value, color is a property, blue is a value, and heading 2 is a selector. Once we are going to select the element, then after that we are going to use properties, value, property, value as many times as you want. So this is called CSS syntax. For example, we have a ptag here, ptag. So let me just copy some text from Microsoft Word, and from here I'm just going to copy some demi text. You can just Control A, Control C to copy, and you can paste here and save. Now you can just come here. Let's just zoom out. We have a paragraph here. I want to just change the background color for this paragraph. So first we are going to select the ptag here. P is a selector, then curly braces. The background is a properties, and I want to just assign just something like red background. Save and refresh. So I want to just assign one more properties. The text color should be something like maybe white. Control S, let me check it is white or not. So you can just come here and refresh, so you can see this white. So here background is a properties and red is a value, color is a property, and white is a value that we have just used here. You can just use the code, or you can just write the name white directly. And P is a selector. So this is the process: selector, then you have properties, then we have value. So we are going to just to end this video here, because inside next class we will come back and we will discuss about CSS method. I hope you have learned about CSS syntax and you have enjoyed from watching this video. And what is your task? Let me just tell you. You should just insert any heading, any element. That can be a heading, that can be a paragraph tag, that can be any tag. Then you can just select that heading inside this style tag, just apply some properties and value for that. So inside next class we will come back and we will start discussing about CSS method. Have a nice time and see you. Welcome back, dear friends. So what's up? Inside this lecture we are going to discuss about CSS method. CSS method. So CSS method, it means that in 3 method we can use CSS. The first method is called inline. This is called inline method. Number 2, this is called internal method. let me just put here also a method. And on number third we have external method. External method. So we can just use CSS in three ways, or you can say we have three methods to use CSS. Number one is inline, number two is internal method, and number three is external method. So inside this lecture we are going to discuss about the first one. This is called inline method. Open your code editor, go to file menu and save as this file to make this just a separate file. This is called inline dash method.html. so when you are just using two word giving a name for your file, you cannot just use a space here, something like this. You must use a hyphen, underscore, something just like this, and save this. Now I want to just remove this p tag from here, this heading to tag, all this from here, and this selectors CSS inline method. Now you can just save, go to your browser and press F5, or you can just launch this once again in the browser. And here is written CSS inline method. This is the title. Now I want to just insert heading 1 here, and inside this heading 1 I am just writing something, just my website, just URL wahidakarmi.com, or you can just change this to something like heading 5. This one is also heading 5, and you can just write here something, you can say heading 3. You can say for more information you can visit wahidakarmi.com. you can just save, go to your browser and refresh. So for more information you can visit wahidakarmi.com. so this is just a very simple text without any format. We have not used a single line of CSS code till now. Now I want to just select this selector inside CSS, this style tag, but we are not going to this because we are going to use the inline method of CSS. Inside this heading 3 you can just use a space and open the style tag with single or double quotation. So now I can just use the color properties here, same blue, red color, or any other color. You can just save and refresh. Now you can see that the heading 3 is in red color. I want to just give a green color for this one, for the heading 5. So just give a space and style tag with the quotation. So the text color for this should be green color. You can just save, and once again you can refresh here. Now you can see that this one is with green color and this one is with the red color, because we have just used CSS here. This is called the inline method of CSS. Inside this tag we have just opened a style tag, and we are using CSS inline this tag or this element. So you can just apply as many properties as you want. For example, you can say just font family, something like this. You can say sans serif, maybe. You can save and refresh. Now you can see this one is totally changed, the font family. So I want to just change the font size for the first one. Font dash size, maybe 40 px. Save, and now you can see this is just a very big pixel in size because we have just changed this. Let me just put a colon here. Save this, and now this is just looking good. You can see for more information you can visit wahidakarmi.com. So friends, this means that we can use CSS inline. So this is the inline method that we are working on this. For example, let me just open the ptech here and just copy some text from MS Word, some demi text. You can paste this inside this paragraph. You can save by pressing Ctrl+S if you are using Windows and Command+S if you are using Mac. Now you can see we have just a paragraph here, just with the, you can see, without any formatting. Now I'm just going to use some CSS here inside this ptech. So this called the inline method style tag. You can say just text align. You can say justify. You can just save and refresh. So this justify. You can just do anything here. You can apply any properties, for example a background color, maybe orange. You can save and refresh. Now you can see this paragraph is with the orange color. Yes friends, inside this lecture we have discussed how we can use CSS with the inline method. So inside next class we will come back, we will discuss about CSS internal method. So I hope you have learned. So till next class you have some small or very important task that you can just insert some element inside the body tag and you can just apply CSS inline in inline method, just the same way that we have done here. So in next class we will come back, we will just discuss about CSS internal method. So have a nice time and see you. Welcome back friends. Inside this lecture we are going to discuss about internal method. In our last class we have discussed about inline method. So inside this class we are going to discuss about internal method. First save as this file by giving the name internal dash method.html to make it a separate file. Now I'm just going to remove all these from the body area and CSS internal method. You can save and see the preview here on the browser. So you can see CSS internal method we have here. Suppose that we have a heading to take here, and here I'm just writing hi web designers, welcome to my website, just something like this. You can save and press F5 to refresh. Hi web designer, welcome to my website. Now this time we have a style tag inside this internal method.html page that we are using here. I'm just going to select the heading to take here. Then you can just assign a color for this, something like blue. You can just say a background color, background color, you can just say yellow, and you can just save a refresh. Now you can see. So this called internal method to use CSS when you are using or when you are inserting a CSS style tag inside your HTML web page. So this is the HTML web page that we have inserted style tag inside this. You can just insert style tag anywhere inside the head tag or after the head tag. Here in these two places, inside the head tag and outside of the head tag, it means after the head tag you can insert a style tag and you can write your CSS coding here. For example, you can just say the width, you can just define a width for this, something like 800 pixel, and you can say the text align should be center. You can save and refresh. Now you can see, if I just zoom out, this is the 800 pixel of width and the text align is center, the text color is blue. Everything that we have applied here, it is just working perfectly. So we have three methods to use CSS: internal, external, inline. So in both ways you can just apply as many properties, as many values as you want, but the ways are just different. In inline method you are just applying your CSS here inside this heading, or you can say inside this element or inside this tag, but inside internal method you are writing your CSS code inside this style tag. So this is just the difference between inline and internal. Inside inline we are writing the CSS code inside this heading tag, inside this, so that's why this is called inline. So inside internal we are writing the CSS code separately inside this style tag that we have just started after the head tag here. So this called CSS internal method. I hope you understand, and don't forget to practice. Just select any element like p tag, like heading tag, any element that you know, you can just insert that inside body tag. Then you can just select inside the CSS style tag here, then you can just apply the CSS here. So this is called CSS internal method. In next class we will come back and we will discuss about the third way, or you can say the third method of CSS. This is called CSS external method. So have a nice time and see you. Hello friends, welcome back. Friends, inside this lecture we are going to discuss about the external method of CSS. In our last two classes we have discussed about inline method, internal method, but inside this lecture we will discuss about external method, how we can use CSS externally. Go to file menu and save as this file to create a separate file, external dash method.html. You can just save this method. Let me just check the spelling. .html. I have just saved this. Now I'm just going to remove this from here and CSS external method. You can save and preview from here or go to the folder and you can just check this. Hi web designers, welcome to my website. We have a heading to take here. Now I want to use CSS externally just as a separate file. So this is very easy. You can just inside this head tag you can use another tag. This called link tag, and this is a single tag. So if you don't know about double or single tag or some basic tags, you can just take my HTML5 and CSS3 course. This can just solve your problem. So link is a single tag, and here we will just apply relationship. You can just say style sheet. This means the type of file. We're going to link a CSS file just as a separate file. So the type of CSS file is called, or you can say the type of CSS file is style sheet file. And here you can just say href hypertext reference. We're just going to create another file, style.css, just style.css. Now you can just go to file menu and create a new file, or you can just use the shortcut Ctrl+N and Command+N for Mac users. Write anything. I have written here CSS, and you can just press Ctrl+S to save this file here. Just give the same name, style.css. The type of file is CSS, so the name of this file is style and the type is .css. Save this. Now what we have done here, inside this external method.html we have a link tag. So we have just inside hypertext reference style.css. So that's why I have created here another file, just a separate file for my CSS, style.css. I have given the name here. Whatever you are giving the name here, you must give the name here. For example, the name of this file, suppose that this is not style.css, this just maybe this test.css, this just wahi.css, this just anything.css. so you must give that name here, and .css is necessary. So for right now here, so we have just a heading to take here. I'm just going to select this heading to take here inside this file and a curly braces. The color of this should be something maybe like brown. You can save, go to your browser. Now you can see without refreshing it is in brown color. Let me just zoom it. You can just say the background color, let me just say yellow color, save, and now you can see this yellow. You can say just text align center, text align center. You can save and see the preview. Now it's just in center. It means this just working perfectly. Let me just once again let me explain for you. We have created a new file by pressing Ctrl+N. You can just create from here, or Command+N on Mac, and you can just click here. And I have just given the name of this file style.css. You can see it is written here style.css, and very simple. I have just linked this here style.css here inside the link tag. So I hope that you are understand how we can use CSS externally. So let me just give one more example. For example, we have a p tag, or you can say article tag here. So hi, my name is Abdulwahid. I am a web designer, web developer, and SEO expert. Just this much is enough here. Now you can just save this, go to your browser and refresh. So you can see this a simple text without any formatting. Now I'm just going to select this article tag inside this CSS file. So select the article and open this curly braces. You can say just the font, you can say font size for this. You can select maybe 33px. You can save, and you can see it's the 3px. The text color you can see blue color. Save and see the preview. Now it's in blue color. You can see the text dash decoration. You can say just underline, save, and now you can see this totally underlined. So it means this working. So we have just discussed about CSS method in 3 ways: inline, internal, external. So this is the last class that we are discussing about this, and we are going to end this video here. So before moving to the next lecture, before moving to the new topic, I'm just requesting you that please do practice. Do not ignore any of these videos if you want to learn CSS like a professional. Just go to work and just create a file for inline method, internal method, external method. You need to just practice all these things to just learn better in better ways. If you want to just learn like a professional, you need to just do some practice. You really need to do some practice. So this is just my idea, that if you are doing practice, you will learn 100 times better. So I hope that you have enjoyed from watching this video. So thanks for watching, have a nice time, and see you. Welcome back, dear friends. Inside this class we are going to discuss about how we can select a color for the text and background. So the topic is text and background color. Without wasting the time, open your code editor and go to your HTML and save as this file just by giving the name color selection .html is the name, and I'm just going to put O here to make this correct and save. Now I'm just going to remove this link from here, or we are not going to use this link here. I'm just writing here style3 that does not exist with any file. So just remove this article tag from here and simply Ctrl S to save. Click here to see the live preview from here. Hi web designer, welcome to my website. We have a simple heading. So inside this class we are going to discuss how we can select the perfect color for the text and background. First we are going to discuss about the text, how we can select any color for the text. That can be a heading, that can be a paragraph text, that can be any other element text. So for selecting colors we have many websites. Just go to Google or any browser you are using, simply write color picker and you can just find this color picker from here. So from here, if you want just to select any green color, you can just select from here. This green may be darker, lighter, just something like this. So you can just copy the code from here. Very simply copy the code and go to your code editor. You can just select the heading 2 and the color property, and you can paste the code here. Now you can save and go to your browser and refresh. Now you can see we have a green lighter color here. So if you want just a darker color, you can just select from here. Just copy the code and paste inside your code editor, just here. Paste and save. Now you can see the preview. Now we have a darker green color. So just like this, you can just pick any color from here. For example, if you want a red or maybe just purple or pink color, just like this. So you can just copy the code, Ctrl C and paste it here instead of this, and save once again and refresh. Now we have a pink color here. So there are many websites like flaturcolorpicker.com. You can just select any color from here. Just beautiful color you can just find here, like you can say soft red, like orange, like brown color, any color you want you can just find from here. Just make sure you have visited the correct website. flaturcolorpicker.com is the website. You can just select randomly from here, red, pink, purple, blue, green, or any other color. But from here you can see all the colors. For example, I am just going to select this old brick color. Just copy the third line code. You can just see I have just selected this and copy. Go to your code editor and insert a hash sign and paste the code here. Now you can save and refresh. We have just a brown text color here. So the same way we have just another website, this called www.02255.com. With this website, for example, I can just select a color from here, maybe this one. Just copy, come inside this website. Here is written enter a color. You can just paste the code here and enter color. Once again, Ctrl V and enter color. You can click here. Now it will show you the selected color is this one. From this website or just by using this website, you can select the darker color or the lighter one from here. This is the color that we have entered here, and this is the color that we have selected from here. It is here. You can just select the lighter one or the darker one from here. For example, I want to just select this one. You can just copy the code. It is already copied. Go to your code editor and you can just paste here. Just do not forget to insert a hash sign and save. Go to your browser and refresh. Now you can see we have another color. So it was about how we can apply text color on the text. Now we can go to now we can apply some background color for the body. So we can just select the body directly. You can just write here body and you can say any color, body background color you can say. maybe red or maybe other color. Save and refresh. Now you can see we have a red background, or you can just select any other color from here. Just from here I'm just going to select dark color. Just this color. Copy the code, Control C, and paste instead of red. Save and preview. Now you can see we have just something like gray background color for the body. So this is very easy. We have just simply write here body. We have selected the body, background, this color. So if you want any other color like green, just something like this, you can just select from here, Control C, and you can just paste instead of this. You can save and refresh. Now we have another background color for the body. So you can change just the text color. For example, I want just give a black text color. For the heading, you can just copy and go to your code editor, and you can paste the code here, save and refresh. So this is for the body. I want to just paste this here and remove the hash sign, save and refresh. Now we have a black text color and a green light background color. So I hope you understand how we can select a text color and how we can select a background color for our website. So you can just use these websites, colorpicker.com, you can see, and Flat UI Picker and 0 to 255, and there are many other websites that you can just use them to select the color that you want for your website. So I hope you understand. In next class we will come back, we will discuss about how we can select or how we can use image as a background. So till next class, try to watch this video and try to select some color for the text and for the background of your website. So have a nice time and see you. Welcome back, dear friends. Inside this class we are going to learn how we can use image as a background. So I have just downloaded images for the background. I'm just going to show you here. This is the images, image 2, image 3, image 4. Just you can see the preview here. This BG1, it means image 1, image 2, 3 and 4. So there is 4 images with different size that we are going to use inside this project. So let's just start using image as a background. So body is a default selector. You can just select the body tag. Inside style tag, CSS style tag, you can say the background color, you can say just blue, green or any other color. You can save and see the preview here. Now it is just a green background color. You can just say red, you can say brown or any other color, but this is just color, not image. If you want to use image as a background, you can just use here body, then these 2 curly braces here, these 2 curly braces, then you can say the background, and here dash image, background dash image, then you can say just URL and this 2 round bracket, then semicolon, just like this. Inside this 2 round bracket, you are giving the name of your image with the type. For example, we have image 1 bg1.jpg. You can save, go to your browser and refresh. Now we have image here just as a background. So you can just go to inside body tag. Let's just insert heading 2 here. Hi and welcome to CSS3. Just insert some BR here. I want to create some extra space. Just insert some more BR. I think this just okay. Duplicate this again and again. Now you can save, and after refreshing you can just focus on the right side or on the right corner. Now we have just a scroll bar here that you can just scroll, and you can see that the image is ended here and it is repeated again and again. You can see it is ended here, once again it is repeated. So I want to just give a white text color for this. So for that I can just select the heading 2. Heading 2 is a default selector. The color for that can be F, just which is a white text color. Now you can just scroll down and you can see the image is ended here, and this the second image that is repeated, and this the third image that is started from here, and you can see. So if you want to turn off the repetition of this image, you can just write here background dash repeat, and the value should be no repeat. If you want to turn off the repetition, save and refresh. Now you can see the image is just ended here and the repetition is off. There is no other image. So let's just change the image here. I'm just going to use image number 4. You can just save and refresh. So this just image with a small size. I want to just repeat this image, background repeat. Just repeat horizontally, not vertically, just horizontally. I refresh. Now it is just repeated only horizontally. If you want to repeat vertically, you can just write here Y instead of X and refresh. Now it is just repeated vertically instead of horizontally. So I hope it is clear for you the concept between X and Y. X will repeat your image background horizontally from left to right, and Y will repeat your image background vertically from up to down, just like this. So if you want to just turn off the repetition, you can say no repeat, so it will not repeat the image. Save and refresh. So you can just use different images. Just try to use image with the big size, image number 2. Let's just try. So this is just another image. So focus just here when I'm scrolling down. So the image is ended here and it is just scrolling both the image and the text. I want to just scroll down and I want to be the image should be fixed. So for that you can just say background attachment and you can just give the value fixed. Save and refresh. Now you can just scroll down. You can see the background image is fixed and it is not scrolling, just the text is scrolling. Just focus on the left corner on the text. You can see. Let's change the image to image 1. Once again, save and refresh. Now you can see it is just working perfectly. So for background attachment we have two values, fixed and scroll. By default it is scroll. What happened? Let's see. Scroll. I refresh, or you can just see the preview from here once again, and you can see both are scrolling, text and image. So just put the value for this fixed. Save and refresh. Now the background image is fixed and just the text is scrolling. Yes friends, I hope you understand how we can use image as a background. So in next class we will come back. We will discuss about class and ID. So till next class you must practice, try to watch this video, download image from anywhere with a big size and try to use that image as a background and try to put the value, background attachment fixed, try to just repeat vertically, left to right, up to down. Try to practice all this. This will make you perfect. Then have a nice time and see you. Inside this lecture we are going to discuss about class and id. So open your code editor and save as this file by giving the name class -id.html and just save. I'm just going to remove all this from the body area and from the style tag and just change CSS. You can say class and id. This is the title and you can just preview the page here, class and id. So we are just calling or declaring, specifying a class with a dot sign. So I'm just writing inside comments class with a dot sign, and you can just duplicate this. You can say id with a hash sign. This is the difference between class and id. Let me just create heading 2. So I'm just writing here, this is the first example. Just you can just duplicate this just like this. This is the first, this is the second example, this is the third example, number 4th, just for you, number 5th. That's enough. Let's just remove the last one and just save this, go to your browser and refresh. So you can see this is the preview. This all just heading 2. I want to give a red text color for the first one, the green, the blue, the black and the orange one. So just like this. So the only, if you are just going to select the heading 2 here and you can say the text color maybe something like red, it will be applied on the all of them. You can see. So this is not the solution. The solution is you need to just create a class here, equal sign, double quotation, or you can use here single quotation. You can just give a name here. For example, heading 1, you can say just something like this. You can just give double edge 1, or you can just copy this class, Control C, you can paste here, here, inside just heading 2, everywhere. This just double edge 2, this double edge 3, this double edge 4 and this double edge 5. Now we have just a solution for this. As I told, we are calling a class with dot double edge 1. This is just for color red. You can just save this and refresh. So the first one is red, and just duplicate this by pressing Ctrl plus D or Command plus D. You can just duplicate. The text color should be green one. You can just duplicate for double edge 3. The text color can be something like maybe blue color. And once again you can duplicate double edge 4. You can say the text color can be just black color. It's okay. Once again you can duplicate the last one, double edge 5, dot double edge 5. We are calling a class with dot and the name of that class. You can say just pink color. Save and refresh. Now you can see we have just 5 different color for the same heading. That's called heading 2. The only solution is class and id. Now if I am just using id here, save. So we are calling just id with the hash sign. This is the difference between class and id. You can see there is no difference. I have just refreshed the web page. So we can call just id with the hash sign, and we can just call a class with the dot sign. So we can use class and id when we want to give different style for the same element, as we used here. For example, 5 time heading 2 here we have used here. So we have just given a class with different class names, then you have just selected these class names with dot, and for class with hash for id. We have just given here a different text color. For example, you can say the background for this should be yellow. For the first one, yellow double L. Save and refresh. Now you can see for the second one, you can say the background color maybe just orange color, and for the third one you can say the background color can be something like again yellow, and for this one the background color is white. Okay, or just let's change this to something like pink color, and for the last one you can say the background color can be just green. You can save and refresh. Now you can see we have different text color, different background color, just by using class and id just for the same element that's heading to. Like this, for just better practicing, you can just insert 5 time or 6 time article tag or p tag. You can just copy and paste, or you can write some random text inside that article tag, and you can just create some class and some id like this. The only difference that I can see between class and id, that we can call an id with a hash sign, and we can call a class with the dot sign. This is the difference, the big difference between class and id. So we are not going to make this video just lengthier than this. So I hope you are understand, and this video is helpful for you. I hope you have enjoyed from watching this video. So once again, I'm just going to make you I'm just going to tell you that please practice, watch the video and try to understand the concept and do practice. Have a nice time and see you. Welcome back, dear friends. Inside this class we are going to discuss about borders, type of border, and we have a rule for border. We have just this class on discussing borders. Open your code editor and simply just save as this file inside the CSS project by giving the name border.html and save this. You can just remove all this from the body tag, and you can just select all these and remove, change the title CSS border, save, and just see the preview. You can see that here is written CSS border. So let's just type here something. Let's just create a div start and div close. Inside this I'm just writing here hi and welcome to my course. You can save and see the preview here, hi and welcome, and there is no border. First we are going to just discuss about the border, or you can say the type of border. I'm just writing this inside comment. So we have border, you can say just simple border. We have border for the top of element, we have border for the bottom of element, border for the left side, border for the right side. So this is just the types of border that we have. You can see just borders for top, border for bottom, border left, and border right. So let's just create another section. I'm just writing here border. You can see just border types. I'm just saying here, writing here dashed. We have number 2, you can say groove, dotted, and solid, the very simple and familiar one, famous one. So on number 4 we have just border rule, border rules. So on border rules I'll just explain it practically. So I'm just giving you very simple and easy example on this. So we have just two color for the div. For example, the first color you can say for the border solid red. This is the first color in line 1, and in line 2 you are just writing here solid, or you can say just writing here solid blue color. So the CSS will select the second one, because CSS will read your code from the top to bottom. First CSS will read the first one, then this will be ignored by CSS, so this one will be the selected border. So this called just CSS rule. So let's just work on some real examples. So we have a div tag here. I'm just going to select this inside the CSS, then curly braces, you can say border 1 pixel solid red border. So you can just save this and see the preview. So this is just 1 pixel solid border and the color is red. So this is the type of border solid that I have just mentioned here. You can see this is the solid and the color is red, and this is the pixel, or you can just see. So one more thing you can just do here inside these curly braces, you can say just border border dash, you can say color, border color, you can just say anything like red, blue. So focus just here, we have just one color here. Now I have just selected another color, this called just blue color. So you can just write here border dash width, maybe something like 6 pixel, the size of border. You can say border dash style, you can just select dashed. Now you can just save this and preview. So you can see the color is changed, the type of border is changed. First it was solid and now it is dash border, and everything is changed. You can see here, first we have a solid border here, the color is red and the pixel is 1 pixel. Then we have a blue border 6 pixel and the type is dashed. So this is called rule. So you can see here CSS has just ignored the first line, it has just read another color here. So this is the selected color, this is the selected pixel, and this is the selected type of border, and this we have just discussed about the rule. Now so the way of using border, I'm just going to remove this once again, and let's just discuss like this. You can say border from the bottom you want, so you can just duplicate this 3 more times. Border from the top you want, border from the left you want, and border from the right side you want. Just something like this, border right, border left, border bottom. So you can just mention 5 pixel of border from the top you want, and the color should be, the type of border should be solid, the color should be red. Just for the top, you can save and refresh. So not working, let's see what's the reason. Border top, border left. So you can just cut these ones from here, paste here, save, and just see the preview. Again this not working. Border bottom, border top, you can just remove all this. You can just find this from here, border bottom 2px, and border left. Let's just write this, no problem, sometimes it's happening. Border dash top, so you can see just 5 pixel of border from the top. Type should be solid and color should be right. Just save this and see the preview. It is just the top border, so I want a bottom border also. You can just write here border dash bottom, or we have just the bottom border here. I'm just giving this something like 4 pixel. Type of this should be dotted, and the color should be just simple gray color or black color I want. You can just write all these in one line, just same like this. Now you can see we have just another separate border for the bottom, and the same way you can give border for the left and the right. So let's just use this border right. You can say something like 2 pixel, the type should be text, and the color should be green, and border for the right side or for the left side, because we have already done for the right. So this just something like 3 pixel, the type should be solid, or the type groove border, GROOVE groove, and the color can be let's just use a pink color here. Save. And now we can see we have just a pink border for the left and a green border. The type is just dashed for the right side. So this just totally different. So like this you can just use border. So we have just used border bottom, border top, bottom, left, right. So the type of border we have used like dashed, groove, dotted, solid, you can see here, and the border rules. So if I just apply here something on border bottom, so let's just change the color, border dash bottom. I'm just saying under pixel 10 pixel, the type is dotted. I'm just going to say the type is solid, and the color can be any color like gray. You can save. Now focus on the bottom border. So it has just ignore the first border bottom, because this is the rule for CSS. As I told, it will just ignore the first line, and this will select the last element with the same property and value. So I hope you understand and this tutorial is helpful on learning about CSS border. So in next class we will come back. I will show you some important I will just give you some important information about border radius. So till next class you can just try to apply some border on heading, on div, on any other element. So this will be just helpful for you to learn better. So see you in the next class. Welcome back there once again. Inside this class we are going to discuss about border radius. So you can just save as this file inside the same folder by giving the name border dash radius dot html. So you can just save. I'm just going to remove all this from here, or just till here. You can select and remove just like this. So let's just we need for this div here, and you can just say CSS border radius. So once again I'm going to just select this div here, then these two curly braces. You can say just let's just give a simple border 1 pixel solid red border. You can save and preview this page once again in the browser, so you can see hi and welcome. This is just a very basic. So you can border radius, you can just apply here. You can say border dash radius, and here you can say just 12 pixel of border radius. Save and refresh. Now you can see you can just focus on the corners of this just box. So let's just use this div in another way. I'm just saying the width of this div should be something like 400 pixel, and the height of this should be something like 400 pixel, and the background for this div should be something like orange color, and you can say something like for right now this is enough. Save and I refresh. Now you can see I'm just going to zoom this out, and I want this div in center of the web page, so you can just use here margin. We'll just discuss about the margin and padding in just coming classes. You can say just 0 and auto the value. Save and refresh. So now I have used here just 12 pixel of border radius. So let's just remove this text because we don't need for this, and a refresh. So I have just used here border radius 12 pixel. You can increase 120 pixel if you want a large amount of border radius. So border radius will round the corner of your box. Just simply you can see it is just rounded. If you want a full circle box or rounded box, you can just give this to 100%. You can save and see the preview. Now this just total a round box because we have just used here 100% of border radius. So let's just use border radius in different ways. So I'm just going to remove this till here. Once again, border dash radius, you can just say 0 pixel from the bottom, 0 pixel just from the top, something like this. 100%, then 100% from the fourth side. You can just give apply. Now we can just refresh. So this just a different we have just used 0 pixel from here and 0 pixel from here, then just 2 times 100%. So you can just use like this also. For example, 100% I want from here. Let's save and see the preview. So this is just one more shape you can see. So you can just apply like this also. You can just set this to 0 pixel, 0 px, save and refresh. So this just another shape. So this just all about border radius that we are just applying from here. Border radius just 0 pixel, 100%, 0 pixel, just like this. So one more way we can just use here. So you can just apply in pixel. As I told here, you can just say 10 pixel and you can just say 20 px, then you can say just 200 px, then you can just say 0 px. Just like this, you can just count and apply. So this will be just another shape. So it is up on you, as you can just practice. If you practice more, then you will just learn more and more. So inside this class we have discussed about the border radius. So what will border radius do? I'm just going to write this inside comment. Border radius will add round to your element, just like this. So what is your task? You can just apply a div just like this here. You can just give a width and height, a background, then just you can apply a simple border for this and border radius. Let's just apply a simple border. You can say 2 pixels, solid green. You can just do all this just like this. You can just you can create a shape like this by using different ways of border radius that we have used inside this tutorial. And in next class we will come back, we will discuss about the box model. So till next class, try to watch this video and all other videos that we have recorded till here. So I wish you just best of luck, have a nice time, and see you. Inside this class we are going to discuss about box model. So go to your code editor and save as this file by giving the name box-model.html, and you can save this. I'm just going to remove this from here. CSS box model is the title. You can save and see the preview from here, just like this. So here I'm just going to insert one more time another div start, div close. So inside this div I'm writing here just test. Select the div and open curly braces. You can say just display inline block. You can just ignore this one because we will have a separate class on the display property. So no need to take attention about this because we will take another class. So display inline block, you can just say the width for this. Width, you can say 200 pixel of width, and the height you can say same 200 pixel, and the background, not backspace, background for this one I am just saying red. Just this enough, save and refresh. So you can see this is the 200 pixel of width and height. So you can just copy this div and paste once again and again. You can save and refresh. So you can see this is the box that we have created just on 200 by 200 by giving width and height property. So one more thing you can do here, that is use margin. We will just take a class about margin and padding, but we need to use some margin here. I'm just using 10 pixel of margin, and padding I'm just using here 12 pixel of padding, and let's just use a border also here, border 2 pixel solid green border. Save and refresh. So now we have just some spaces here, 10 pixel of margin from the left side and 10 pixel from the right side. Just from both sides we have just used margin just from here. If we right click on this and go to just inspect element, I want to just show you something here, and click on the element that we are here. Now you can see the width of our element is here 200 pixel by 200 pixel, and you can see it is just highlighted here when I'm just moving my mouse cursor here, because it is just selected on the first element. So you can just click on this one, this the second one, and you can just select on the first one. So here we can just see 200 pixel by 200 pixel is the width and height, and here we have 12 pixel of padding that we have used here inside this green, and after that we have just 2 pixel of border. Here is written border that we have used here. Then we have some margin here, you can see 10 pixel of margin that we have used here. So let's just change something. I'm just using something, let's use 20 pixel of margin and 10 pixel of padding and just a 3 pixel of border. You can save this, come here and refresh. Now we have just another, let's just change the width and height also. Just by 210 pixel is the width, and by 190 pixel is the height. You can save and refresh. Now you can see we have 200 pixel is the width and 190 pixel is the height. We have just a different padding this time, 10 pixel of padding, then we have 3 pixel of border and 20 pixel of margin that we have used here. And you can see on the first box here it is just highlighted. So you can just see the second box, third box, and the last one. You can see here the margin, this the padding, border, sorry, this the padding, and this the width and height that we have used for this one. So like this you can just create boxes inside CSS. So it is up on you. You can just use here, for example, border radius, like this, border dash radius. You can say just 100 pixel of border radius for the first one, then 100%, then a 0 pixel, then one more time 100%. If you want, just create another shape for this so you can see. So if you want to just total round, you can apply 100% of border radius on this, save and refresh. Now you can see this just totally round. So this is very easy. So I hope you have learned about CSS box model. So just try to watch the video, give some time. If you want to learn just CSS in better way, give some time just for watching the video, for practicing. Then this is just the only way that you can learn better. So wish you more success, have a nice time, and see you. Inside this lecture we are going to discuss about margin and padding. What's the difference between margin and padding? So you can open your code editor and just save as this file to create a separate file just by giving the name margin dash padding .html and save this. I'm going to remove all this extra text from the body text, also from style text, because we are going to write a new code here. CSS, you can say margin and padding. You can just save and preview the file on the browser. CSS margin and padding. Now I'm just inserting a div here, div start and div close. Inside this is about margin and padding. It's about margin and padding. You can save and refresh the web page. This is about margin and padding. Let's just use CSS internally. So insert the div tag, then curly braces. You can just define a width for this, maybe 200 pixel, and a height of 200 pixel. You can just apply a background color, something like light green, and save this. Come here and refresh. So we have just a box here, and now let's just apply a border, something of like 3 pixels, solid red border. Save and refresh. So as I told, inside this class we are going to discuss about the margin and padding. First we are going to discuss about the margin. So if you can focus here, we have some default margin in the left side, on the top side, also on the bottom and the right side, but we cannot see from the bottom or right side, but we can see here on the left and on the right side. You can just remove this default margin. Just inside your style tag you can insert a static sign or multiplication sign, and inside these curly braces you can set the margin to 0 pixel. So this is just about default margin, and refresh. Now you can see we don't have any default margin here. So the second point, you can just apply the margin, not here, just outside of this here. I mean here, margin any pixel, for example 20 pixel you want 10 pixel of margin, you want 30, you want 100 pixel, and refresh. So we have just applied 20 pixel of margin from the top, 20 pixel from the left, from the bottom, from the right. So you can just increase or decrease the amount from here, something like 50 pixel I want to apply, or you want just 100 pixel. Save and refresh. So this time you have just 100 pixel of margin from the top and from the left. Just right click, go to inspect element for better result, and inside the body tag we have div tag. Now you can see the amount of margin from the top. You have 100 pixel, from the left also. Let's just increase this here. From the left also 100 pixel, from the bottom and from the right. So it will just work clockwise, from the top, from the right, from the bottom, from the, just you can say left side. So we have just applied 100 pixel of margin to all four sides, and you can just to apply margin just like this also. I'm just going to remove this, and inside this you can say margin from the you can say just margin just something like this, margin top, and I'm just going to make this duplicate, or you can just write here margin dash right, margin hyphen right. Why it is not working? Maybe there's some problem. Margin hyphen right. Margin top, you can say just 10 px. Margin from the right, you can say just from the right you want 20 px of margin, and you want some margin from the left also, from the bottom or from the left, something like you can say just 300 pixel of margin from the bottom, or you can say margin from the left also, something like 200 pixel. We have just applied the difference margin from the different side on this one. So you can just refresh here and you can see the changes here. 10 pixel of margin from the top side, 200 pixel of margin from the left, 300 pixel of margin from the bottom side, and you can just see the hover or the hover color from here. This just 300 of margin, and this 20 pixel of margin from the right side, because this box is floated left, that's why we cannot see the margin on the right side. But from the top you can see we have just a little bit less margin, or you can say margin is called space margin, and pairing this just two-way of different space inside CSS. So like this you can just apply margin. So this just a long way, you can just apply this also. So you can say just margin just 10 px, 20 px, just 30 px, and maybe 400 px, just like this. So from the top, from the right, from the bottom, from the left, just save this and refresh. Now you can see 10 pixel from the top, 20 pixel from the right, 30 pixel from the bottom, and 400 pixel from the right. So this is the short way of using margin. So there is one more thing. I'm just going to remove this and save. You can just come here and refresh. I'm just going to remove these ones. So by default this box is floated to the left, so you can just use here float attribute. You can say float right and left. Here is you can just use two value. So this right, you can just put the element to the left also. By default it's on left, and refresh. But if you want to move this div or this box in center, so I'm just going to show you about that. You can just say here margin left, you can say auto the first way, margin right auto. So this box or this div will come in center. You can see, just right click, go to inspect element, and just focus on the margin. Just inside body tag, click on the div. So focus on the margin here. We have just the equal margin 265 by 265 to the left and to the right. We have just equal margin. That's why this box is in center. So also you can just use for this a short way to take this box in center. Margin, you can say just 0 and auto. Save this and refresh. So you can see there is no changes, so it means that's just working perfectly. So this video is just going to be very lengthy. I'm just going to end this video here. So in next video I'll come back, we'll just discuss about pairing. So till next class or till next video, try to just create a div and apply some margin from different ways that we have discussed inside this class. Have a nice time and see you. So inside this lecture we are going to discuss about the pairing. So in the last class we have discussed about the margin, so let's just apply some pairing here. The same way you can just apply pairing from the bottom, pairing right, pairing just left, pairing just, let's just write inside command here. I'm just writing here, you can just apply, you can say pairing top, pairing right, pairing dash bottom, pairing dash left. Just like this you can apply pairing from the top, pairing from the right, pairing bottom, padding left, and you can just apply this in short way also. You can write here padding and a column, for example 10 pixel of padding from the top, 20 pixel of padding from the right side, 50 pixel of padding from the bottom, and just 500 pixel of bottom padding from the left side. So it's just working clockwise. As I told about the margin, it will just start working from the top side, then right side, then just bottom and left. Just left, first top, then we have right side, then we have bottom, then we have something called left side. So let's just apply some padding here. You can say padding, overall padding, you can just apply 40 pixel of padding. Now we can save this and focus on this text. Now this text is totally without space. You can see it is just merged with this border, but after refreshing you can see we have just this much space here because we have used here 40 pixel of padding. What about if we just use 80 pixel of padding here, and you will just see the amount of increasing the space here. Refresh, because we have used 80 pixel of padding here. So the same way you can just apply padding like this. So you can just say padding, for example 20 pixel of padding from the top I want, and something like 30 pixel from the right side, but not a semicolon here. And you can just say from the bottom I want just 200 pixel of padding from the bottom and 200 pixel from the right side. You can just save this and refresh. Now you can see you have 200 pixel padding from the right side, just 20 pixel from the top. Just we have applied here. You can see 20 from the top, 30 from the right, and you can see 20 from the top, 30 from the right side, and we have I think 300 pixel, 200 pixel for the bottom and 200 pixel for the left. That's why the amount of padding here we have just here. So also you can just write here padding, you can say top 30 pixel padding, you can say padding right, something maybe like 20 px, padding from the bottom 300 px, padding from the left also 150 px. You can just use padding in different ways. You can see here the example 300 pixel we have just used padding from the bottom, and we have just used I think from the top we have just used 30 pixel, from the right we have used 20 pixel, but from the left we have used 150 pixel of padding. So what's the difference between padding and margin? I'm just writing here inside the comment. Margin will affect outside of the element, and padding will affect inside the element. So there's just the big difference between margin and padding. So you can just see if we just apply here, for example, some margin from the top, margin from the top 40 pixel, save, and you can just refresh. So that's why this called margin will affect outside of this element. If you are just applying padding, so padding will work inside this element and margin will work outside of this element. So I hope this is just clear for you. You have understand the difference between margin and padding. So as I told, like always, you need to practice, you need to watch the video, and nothing is perfect. You need to make it perfect by just working hard, working just smart. Watch the video, do practice for better learning. So in next class we'll come back, we will discuss about the cursor, kind of cursor we have. So till next class, what can you do? You can just insert a div here, you can insert a heading 2 or any other element. You can just work and you can specify the difference between margin and padding. Just work and apply different ways of margin and try to apply different ways of padding. You can just understand the difference between margin and padding. Just watch the video and do practice. Have a nice time and see you in the next class. Welcome back, dear friends. In our last class we have discussed about margin and padding. So inside this class we are going to just have a look to cursor properties, how we can just change the cursor inside CSS. So open the code editor, and I have just already saved this page by giving the name cursor.html. So I'm just going to remove all this extra coding from here. For example, this comment, I don't want this comment here. So other thing, maybe I can just remove this till here and just apply curly braces, save, and launch this in the browser. Now we have just a simple box here, and you can see this is the default cursor. So you can just write here, I'm just writing here cursor, and you can just put this on the default mode. You can just save this and refresh. There is no changes because by default it is on default mode. You can just change the value. For example, you can say pointer, save, and refresh. So you can see this. Now we have the hand option here. It means that we have changed the cursor. You can just give different values for this. You can just write here cell, save, and refresh. Now we have just a plus option here. You can just write here something like cross here, save, refresh. So now we have just another cursor here. You can just any one you can just apply here, like zoom in, zoom out, zoom hyphen in. It will just give you a zoom in. Now you can see, and you can just apply here zoom out also, save, and refresh. There are many, like I can just say for you, there is copy, there is, you can say help instead of copy, save, and refresh. So you can see we have just changed many cursor options here. So from where you can find all these properties, just simply write on the browser, any browser you are using, sorry, CSS cursor properties, property list, and then enter. You can just find the first website is called w3school.com, and you can just find a bunch of just multiple properties for cursor, like alias, all scroll, auto, cell, just all this from here you can just apply. For example, I want just this progress. You can just copy this and you can paste here and save, go to your browser and refresh. Now you can see this on progress mode. You can just apply any other, for example the text one, control C and paste inside instead of progress, save and refresh. Now you can see this just on text mode. If you want no cursor option, so simply you can just write here none, save and refresh. So now you can see there is no cursor on this box. When I'm moving just this cursor inside, I'm trying to move this inside this box, so you can see it's just hiding because you have just set the value here none. I'm just going to set this on default, save and refresh. Now it is just on default. You can just find all the properties from the w3school.com. So simply write on the browser CSS cursor property list, so you can find this on many other websites also, like this website you can just find here, but the best one is w3school.com. So I hope you understand, it is clear for you about cursor properties inside CSS. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. So my target, my purpose is to teach you just in better way. I'm just trying to make this course as complete as you want, but anything, if you find anything incomplete inside this course, this is just very simple. You can just send me a message that you have for example about any topic that you can say this incomplete. You can just ask me to record a new video. Always I will be happy. I will just record a new video. I will be happy to add more content to this course because I love my students. I really just love to help my students to learn, to teach them better. So in next class we will come back, we will discuss about outline. So till next class, have a nice time and see you. Welcome back, dear friends. Inside this class we are going to discuss about CSS outline. Go to your code editor and save as this file by giving the name outline.html and save this. So let's just apply some outline on this. Before this we can just run this here. Let's just change the title also, CSS outline. Save and refresh. So you can see CSS outline is the title here. Now I want to just apply some outline here, but before that I want some margin from the top for this box. So I'm just going to apply this from here, margin top maybe 15 px. Let's just increase the border to 7 pixels. Save and refresh. So now we have just used 50 pixel of margin from the top, and we have just increased the size of border to 7 pixel, and it is solid to right. So outline you can just apply here. I'm just going to apply outline here. Outline the same way that you are applying border, you can apply outline also. For example, I want just outline 10 pixel. The type can be dashed and the color can be blue color. Save and refresh. So outline is not a border, it will always cover the border, but from the outside you can see it is on the border. If we just go to inspect element once again for better understanding, so here we have just a div tag. So you can see we have a margin of 50 pixels from the top, and here you can see just a line with the dashed type of border. So this just we have just used outline here. So this is not border, this is just the border, this one, and this is just the outline that we have applied here. So outline, let's just discuss about this. You can apply outline like this also. You can say just outline color can be something like blue color as I told, or you can say green color, or you can say just outline width something like 15 px, or you can say if you want greater 30 px. You can say just outline style, for example groove. We have just 4 kind of border you can just apply, like solid, like groove, dotted and dashed. We can just come here and refresh. So you can see you have 30 pixel of green and groove outline we have just applied here. You can just change the type from here, for example dotted. Save and refresh. So this dotted you can say dashed. Save and refresh. So you can just say solid, very simple. Also you can change the color from, you can say pink or any other color. Now you can see we have just changed the color. For example, if you just give orange color here, orange. Save and refresh. Now you can see it's just called outline. But also you can just use the short way. Instead of these 3 lines, just simply use outline. For example 15 px is the width, the type is just you can say dashed, and the color is let's just use a black color here. Save and refresh. So this just called outline. There is nothing else inside this to discuss. So I hope you understand, and we are not going to just make this video lengthy. We are going to end this video here. So there is one thing very important I want just to tell you. You are watching any of this video, just try to clear the concept. For example, inside this video we have discussed about CSS outline. So before moving to the next lecture or before moving to the next video, try to work on this just in a better way. Try to understand what is outline, how you can just apply outline, and what is the usage of apply. Then you can just watch the next video, or you can just go to the next video. So this is just a better way of learning. So according to my experience, I'm just telling all this to you. So in next class we will come back, we will discuss about you can say just text properties. So till next class, try to just try to watch the video and apply all the properties which we have for outlines. You can just use them and just do better practice. Have a nice time and see you.